Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. And what we're going to make is icing, chocolate icing. Someone recently wrote to me and said, would I start making some bigger batches of icings and frostings for the half sheet cakes that I have on my channel? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make the icing to cover this chocolate sheet cake that I just put it on today on YouTube. I have several other sheet cakes though, if you're looking for red velvet, if you're looking for yellow lemon, white sheet cake. I have several of the large half sheet cakes, but this particular recipe will cover a 12 by 18 half sheet cake, which I just showed you a moment ago. So let's get started. First, take 2 sticks of butter, put it in a microwave safe bowl, and I just went ahead and melted the butter ahead of time for the video. But what you're going to do is you're going to put your 2 sticks of butter in, and then you're also going to put in 6 tablespoons of unsweetened baking cocoa in it, and then you're going to just, stir it as I am, okay? And then once you do that, you're going to be adding vanilla. So I want you to put in 2 teaspoons of vanilla, okay? And like I said, just put it all in a bowl and then wait till the butter and it all melts, or you could do it the way I did it right now and melt your butter ahead of time. But either way, it's going to work out great, okay? Now, I won't have the recipe written below the video because I no longer do that due to so many people taking my videos, claiming them theirs, and it's just not worth it anymore. So I hope I went through carefully explaining how to make it. Okay, so far what we've got in is 2 sticks of melted butter. We've got 6 tablespoons of unsweetened baking cocoa and 2 tablespoons of vanilla. And then they're going to go into my mixer. I'm going to use my whip for this. You can use your paddle attachment if you prefer. I like to use the whip myself for this icing. And let me set that aside. Okay. All right, the next thing that you're going to need is 2 pounds of powdered sugar, okay? And also anywhere from 10 to 12 tablespoons of milk when needed to thin it. If you like it thicker, then don't put milk in or very little. You're going to have to be the judge of that, but I'm going to slowly start putting in the 2 pounds of powdered sugar. I'm going to raise my speed a little bit here. I really try not to put the milk in until I absolutely have to. It's going to be up to you how thick or thin you want to make this. Alright, I've got the 2 pounds of powdered sugar in. I'm going to turn up my mixer, so warning you about the sound. Now, it is very dry and very crumbly, but that's okay. That's exactly kind of what I want, to be honest, because I don't like it real thin, okay? This is more of an icing than a frosting, but I like I said, I'm really stingy when it comes to putting in the milk. you know, I just put a little at a time. And just keep waiting for the consistency that I want. Okay. And like I said, you know, a lot of people might say, well, why didn't she put the milk in right away? Well, because I really find that sometimes it just come out too thin and I don't like it. So this is a way for me to control it. Once you get it to the consistency you want, go ahead and beat it for 3 or 4 minutes on medium high or high till you feel everything's well combined and it's very light and very fluffy. I want to show you what I have so far and the thickness. And again, it's going to be up to you how much milk that you're gonna put in, okay? Now I find this recipe does cover the half a sheet quite well. In fact, I cover it and I have about this much left over. If you want to, you know, put a border or that type of thing around it, about 3/4 of a cup left. Now that really depends on how you apply it, you know, and how thick. Now you can see about the consistency that it is, okay? It's a real rich chocolate brown. It smells just delicious. It's very creamy. Again, you want it thinner, add a little more milk. If you put too much milk in and you make a mistake, add a little bit of powdered sugar to the batch till it becomes a little thicker if you do that. But like I said, I like it at this consistency. So let me go back to that cake again. Okay, and let me put that. And just to let it move along here for the video, I'm just gonna put some down on this cake so you can see what it looks like once I start spreading it out here on the cake. It really makes for a delicious, quick, and easy frosting. Okay, so I don't know if you could see how nicely that went on this cake. I find that even setting it up in the refrigerator for 20 minutes or so, you might like the texture that way. And like I said, I can cover this cake very nicely and have about 3/4 of a cup left over. But keep in mind, that's going to be up to you and how thick or thin you use it, how much, you know, icing that you like to put down on a cake. So I have one to show you, okay? And this is how it turned out. It covered it very nicely on the cake. Here, let me get this out of my way so maybe you can see it there. Okay, on the 12 by 18, I used a 2-inch pan. I always get questions on that. And I had 3/4 of a cup left over of the frosting, and you can freeze it too if you don't want to use it. You don't want to use it to put it a border around this cake. Freeze it, take it out, leave it out after you take it out of the freezer for 10-15 minutes, and use the rest of the frosting on cupcakes or ice cream or whatever that you have a use for it. But it will cover it quite generously on a 12 by 18. Okay, now if you try this recipe and you like it, well, leave a comment because I'd love to hear from you. But I also want to remind you to watch me solely on YouTube because that's the only place that my videos where I put them, okay? And it's very frustrating when I see my work on other sites. People have written to me or have questions or comments and I can't answer you. But if you watch me solely and write your questions on the YouTube channel, I'm going to get them and I will respond to them in a timely manner, okay? So there you have it. You've got a chocolate icing to cover a half a sheet cake. It goes great with vanilla or the golden batter or the red velvet, a half sheet cake that I have on my channel. If you like this recipe, I'd appreciate a like, or if you are so inclined and you want to subscribe to my channel, that's even better. I want to thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. I'll see you soon.